Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Watcher of Realms video. Guys, it's happening sooner than we thought. So a couple of things going down right now. We've just had the new boss for Immortal Codex drop. He's actually not available to be contested for a few days. So we're going to get him in, basically 4 days. And that's going to be Boreas coming in as the new boss man to take down. Now, this guy is all about dots. Bringing in your burn champions, your poison champions, etc. to do your damage. We don't yet know the full setup, so we don't know what other mechanics we need to bring in. There is an element where we're going to have to break down a kind of like barrier as well. So I guess as this drops, I will do a team and show you my guys. But the reason why I wanted to drop this video right now is because it follows on from the video I did over the weekend, talking about me saving my summons for a potential big event that was dropping. And I tell you what, it's already here. So the next weekend event is coming way sooner than I thought. Next weekend event, we're going to have a 10 times on Hatsu and on Artemis here, who is the new legendary coming into the game. There's also, and this is quite interesting as well, so the 3 epics that are involved in the 10 times drop, Scorch is okay. I did a video showing off Azoth, and I'd say for like mid-game accounts, he does a lot of work. He also applies the burn, by the way. Is that a theme here as well? Does this guy, or maybe no? Yeah, so he applies a burn, and I think he's actually going to be good for that new Codex boss. So just bear that one in mind. I did a guide showing this guy off, and he does do a lot of work. He does more work than people give him credit for. Decent in guild boss and stuff like that. So kind of cool. But there's also Olag in here. Now, we get Olag for free from the Void Rift. Okay, so as soon as you've done the early stages of the Void Rift, you will get yourself an Olag, and he is a phenomenal tank. Interesting thing about Olag is you basically never want to ult with him. Okay, so his ult, pretty much what it does is it stops him. It stops him utilizing his shield ability, which is the main reason you want him, is just to stack his own shield. So I literally never ult with this guy. So I'm just wondering then if, yeah, so Awakening 1 does give you an additional shield strength. So if you've already got him and you pull him during this 10 times, this A1 is actually not bad, because this shielding is what makes him so strong. Just see as we go a bit further down here. I do have mine fully awakened now. Awakening 5, again, it's kind of useless unless you do use ult. But Awakening 4 is kind of good as well. He's quite a rare epic to get. Yeah, he's quite hard to pick up copies of. So, I guess on a 10 times, when you're going to be pulling for great legendaries anyway, maybe this will be where you get your extra copies. So, Hatsu then is one of the best burst damage champions in this game. She does a ton of work. She's really cheap at 12 cost. She's got AoE burst damage. You see her in a lot of arena teams. She does a ton of work in like Gear Raid 3. And she can be used in a ton of Void Rift encounters, like loads of areas. We check the reviews in game. Void Rift 5, Faction Trials 5, Arena Anti-Air 5, Tide, whatever really, Guild War 5, Immortal Codex 5, Gold Raid 5. Like, it's just so high. Yeah, 2 of the arena areas, and I don't think people are wrong. I've never tried her in Artifact Material Raid, honestly. I don't think she's really a guild boss hero, but otherwise, she does a ton of work in loads of areas of the game. And she's up there. She's got to be one of the other than Lords, maybe top 3 hero in the game. So really, really strong, really going to be worth your time. And it's now confirmed that she's going to be available this weekend on that 10 times. So I guess the main thing is she launches this ult. She deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, doing a ton of AoE damage for a short period of time. It's quite a cheap cost. You get it back really quickly. And yeah, obviously the damage increases as you steal that up. She's also got a double hit to A1, doing okay damage. The A1 does, or the basic attack does okay damage, nothing too crazy. She's got this passive here, so her attack bounces to more targets. This is where she gets even sort of more splash damage. So the damage of each bounce increases by 5%. Each enemy hit will also get defense reduction. And this is big as well. So as you steal this one up, the defense reduction grows, which is really important. And this is like a 10-second thing. So anyone else who's piling in damage, or when she's doing damage, she's just basically hitting them for loads more. It's really strong. And she's got this other passive as well. So when deployed, she gets invisibility. so cannot be targeted for 20 seconds. Meanwhile, each kill increases her attack by 5%, stacking up 5 times. Again, this is all bookable here and lasting for 8 seconds. So mine's just a flat Hatsuit right now. I don't think I'm A1. Can I see from this point? No, don't think I am though. But you start to get improvements. So even if you've got Hatsuit already, A1 is actually kind of strong. So you get an additional bounce, an additional 1 bounce to another target. You think about what this is doing. So the more targets you're faced with, the more chance you've got of getting that drop defense out there, the more damage you're stacking. And it says here, with the damage of each bounce increasing by 9%. It's really a massive upgrade, just the A1. So I will be pulling, I'm going to be pulling anyway, because also Artemis, so I'm going to go through in a minute, it's very strong. But definitely will be pulling for this. After that, you tend to get just like stat increase for A2. A3 then, so if you were to get 3 copies, and don't get me wrong here, like whales and krakens will be pulling big. Not for 1 copy, they'll be pulling for multiple copies here. So Ghastly stealth duration goes up. So when deployed, gains invisibility for 40 seconds at Awakening 3. Is that right? It says plus 10 seconds. I think that means 30 seconds, unless maybe it goes up a bit further on. We then get penetration at Awakening 4. And then on Awakening 5, she gets an additional second on her burst damage, which doesn't sound like it's a lot, but it is a lot. This makes it like it's massively more impactful because that's where she's doing her main damage. So yeah, it's we will see after this weekend the whales out there with, or a good chunk of them with Awakening 5s, I would imagine. Like she's A1 really strong, A5 insane is what I would say. So definitely a crazy banner. We then got Artemis. This is the first time I'm seeing Artemis in game. Some people have seen her, seen him before on the Forerunner, and yeah, for sure, got a big old beak. Very weird. Like I've got to call it out. This is a weird design. It's a healer, and he's got this big, like sniper rifle. He's got his beak. He's got his sniper rifle. He's got his canisters, and you're like, okay, this is a marksman, right? Right? It's a healer. Weird. Anyway, let's go through what's going on here. Renowned for his formidable blood healing technique, Sanguine Surgeon is a constant presence amidst the fallen. His vital serum wields a dual power, inflicting anti-healing on foes whilst bestowing recovery upon allies. You've got like a dual effect going on. Very cool. Does magic damage as well. So he's a healer and he's got anti-healing as well. He's, as far as I've been told, or as far as I've heard, he's one of the best anti-healers in the game at this point. Yeah, so Lasir, move aside. That's the type of vibe that I'm hearing. When healing allies applied with Blood Craving restores rage. So Blood Craving here increases the healing received from Artemis' basic attack. And you get a rage restoration as well, which is always strong. It's always good. 18 cost to get involved. At max level, he gets this type of, like, it's not Medan because he doesn't have a row behind him, but it's kind of like pretty normal healer range, I would say. Decent base HP, 11k. Attack interval's okay, nothing too crazy. Okay, so let's go through his kit then. So his basic attack here grants attack-based healing. So he does scale from attack rather than HP for his heals. His ultimate, I'd like to see the visual on this. Oh, I like it actually. Sniped through a line. Pretty cool. Okay, so 1,200 costs, pretty high. Does reduce to 1,000 when he's max skill, which is it's a decent chunk less. And you get an additional 5 seconds on the duration when we are level 4 here. So what's going on? During the ultimate, locks onto enemies, dealing 160%, books up to 200% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies with each attack, and puts anti-healing on them on the ult. 8 enemies, big damage with anti-healing going on as well. I've then got this passive revitalizing shot. During the ult, heals up to 3 allies around the target with 100% healing multiplier, which goes up to like 150. Basic attack prioritizes enemy targets during the ult unless there are only allies in range. Okay. And then the auto here, the tonic, periodically locks onto allies, excluding the hero, and throws them a tonic. When hitting a target, applies blood craving to nearby allies. So it's nearby allies as well, which is given the increase. I'm thinking it restores the target's rage. Comment down below if you know the answer to that. Maybe you've seen other content on this. I'm thinking it's restoring rage of others rather than stacking Artemis's rage, but I could be wrong. Blood craving to nearby allies and heals them as well. So he's a healer, stroke DPS, stroke anti-heal champion. And as I've been told, as I've seen on this kind of like people that have seen him on either test server or Forerunner, whatever, he becomes an absolute menace, like one of the best at this role in the game. Doing dual roles. Yeah, it's loads of different stuff he's got going on. In terms of Awakenings then, I've not gone through this yet. So Awakening 1, we've got basically during the ultimate, increases crit rate by 50%. Wow, that's actually really cool for his builds. You can build him at a 50% crit rate, and he's going to max out when he's ulting. We then get attack. Second part here increases the effect duration of Blood Craving on allies by another 5 seconds. Get Rage Regen at 4. And then at Awakening 5. And again, Krakens will be getting Awakening 5 of this dude for sure over this weekend. The tonic heals allies in range by 30%, healing lasting for 5 seconds. Okay. Well, look, there you go. As I said, I'm surprised it's this quick, but it is. So get yourself ready for Friday. This is going to be the time where you splurge probably all of those diamonds, converting them into summons, and pretty much do anything you can to get yourself a copy of these two is what I would suggest, without remortgaging the house and all that type of silly stuff. Anyway, there you go, guys. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you soon.